Hey guys, what's going on? Today I want to go over 5 ways that can help you retire faster than you normally would. Some of these options are easier than other options, and some of them might not be available to you, so just kind of watch and you'll see. And before we get into anything, if you wouldn't mind supporting me as a new creator by hitting that like button, click subscribe, hit the notification bell. I post new videos weekly, and it would mean the world to me if you did. And also, if you are new to the channel, I do have a monthly giveaway. All you have to do to enter is go to the first video of the month, and from there just comment, like, and subscribe on that video, and you are entered. It is super simple. So the first option I want to go over is a high yield savings account. Yes, you've probably heard this before, but it is in this video because it is a very important option that you can use to retire early. Now I say that because it's probably the most hands-off option that you can do, and will give you probably the most return for your buck. The beauty of it is that your money's going to sit there and accumulate and keep building interest, and it's just going to keep putting itself into it again. So you're just going to keep making money, and it's just going to sit there. Now in the current state with banks and COVID, most of the rates are pretty low right now. But I believe that if you are looking for this as a long-term solution, that you're going to have to, go with it now. Just wait a little bit, and eventually those rates will go back up, as most banks will want to compete with each other. Now, right now the rates aren't really that bad. Most of them are sitting at around 0.5%. Some of those banks are Marcus, Goldman Sachs, Ally Bank, and American Express. All of those are good options, and they don't require any monthly maintenance fees, and there are no minimums as well. Now the next option I'm going to go over is buying a multi-level home. Now, like I said in the beginning, this isn't going to apply to everyone, but it will apply to someone that is trying to either buy a new house or they are trying to buy a house for retiring. I say this because you have the opportunity, if you are looking to move, to buy this property is better than buying a single family home, and I'll explain that right now. The benefit to buying a multifamily home is having the opportunity to have multiple income sources from one household. What this means is that you can either buy a multifamily home that has, per se, a few units in it, or just one unit. Now it's so important because you can use those rental incomes to pay for some of your mortgage or even the entire mortgage. So I definitely recommend this option if you are looking to buy a home, or you're a first-time home buyer or anything like that. It is a really good option to make that extra money and virtually live where you are living for free. And on top of that, the house that you bought will probably go up in value over the next few years, or if you're just going to be living in it indefinitely. The only issue I see with this is that you're going to have to get renters into the apartment and maybe do some maintenance on it, but you can get a maintenance person for that, and you can also get a realtor to search for tenants. So the next option I want to go over is a 401k. This option is usually only available if you have a job, but this is a really good way to make extra money towards your retirement, and it's relatively easy to do. Now the way it works is, if your job offers a 401k, they'll either match the amount you put into it, or they'll contribute a certain percentage towards it. Now this is very beneficial because obviously you're practically getting free money for putting money into an account. Most jobs might not match it, but they will give you a certain percentage contribution. But if you are lucky enough to have a job that matches it, definitely contribute the maximum amount if you can. Now the benefit of using a 401k is that the money you put into there is going to be non-taxed when you take it out. Now there are some limits to this. If you are a certain age below the limit, then they are going to do a 10% tax rate on that amount you take out. Once you hit 59 and a half, you are able to take out the money that you contributed towards it, and it won't be taxed. Now there are some limits on how much you can contribute each year. So if you are under 50 years old, you can only contribute $19,500. And if you are above the age of 50, you can contribute $26,000. Alright, so the next option I want to go over is a Roth IRA. It's very similar to a 401k that we just went over, but there are some differences to it. This is a good option if your job doesn't offer a 401k and you're just trying to save for your retirement. It works very similar to how a 401k works. You have to be a certain age in order to take out the money that's non-taxed. Now if you do take out your money too early, you're going to be taxed just like the 401k. It's going to be a 10% tax on the amount you took out. Now one cool thing that Roth IRAs do have is that if you do want to take out a certain amount of money that you contributed that year, you can take that out without being taxed. But if you take out money that you had profits on, then you will be taxed on it. Now if you want to avoid some of these withdrawal fees on your gains, you will have to have certain requirements. You'll have to be 59 and a half to take out that money without any taxes being taken out. Or if you have a disability, you are able to take it out early. And you can even take out money if you are a first-time home buyer or you're trying to build your first-time home. But there is a $10,000 maximum on that. Now there are some contribution limits on a Roth IRA just like the 401k, and they're a lot lower than the 401k. So if you are under the age of 50, you can only contribute $6,000 a year to it. And if you are above that age limit, you can only contribute $7,000 a year. This is much smaller than the 401k, but if it's not offered to you, it's still a really good option. Now the last option I want to go over is investing in stocks. Stocks have proven over the years that you can make a very good return if you invest into the right companies or indexes. Indexes like the S&P 500 usually return around 10 to 11% annually on your investment. So some ways you can make money in the stock market and put towards your retirement is investing in long-term companies. This means a company that you believe has a lot of growth potential over the next coming years as you invest into it. And by holding a stock for a long period of time, you will avoid higher tax fees. Now, depending on how much profit you made from that sale, you'll have different tax levels from that. I'll put the range up on the screen, but for example, if you were in the highest profit range, you would be paying 20% on those gains. And that's if you own the stock for over a year and then sold it. So now if you do have a short-term gain, you're gonna be paying upwards of 30% or higher on those gains that you make. So you definitely don't wanna do short-term gains if you are trying to invest and make money for your retirement account. And the tax on those gains also depends on what you claim if you are single or married. And another part with stocks is that you can invest in dividend stocks. And the beauty to this is that once you get the dividend paid to you, you can just reinvest it back into the stock and keep getting more and more. And over the years, it'll just keep building up. If you are going to do this though, make sure that you pick a company that has a solid dividend yield. Anything under 10% is good, but preferably anything around 3 to 6% is even better. Well guys, thanks for watching. Let me know down in the comments on what you think is the best way to save money for retirement. And before you go, if you haven't already, please support me as a new creator by hitting that like button, click subscribe, hit that notification bell. Remember, I post new videos weekly. Don't miss out on them. And also don't forget about that monthly giveaway. Remember, it is super easy to sign up and it is absolutely free. Just go to the first video of the month. From there, just comment, like, and subscribe, and you are entered. It's so easy. Just do it. Seriously.